guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus again, and I am bringing you Transformers Classics City Commander Upgrade Set. Ultra Magnus has never looked any better. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece right here. Very nicely detailed. You can see on the top it's kind of bland, but it's the top. It's very nicely done. The blue blends in perfectly with the blue on here. It's very, very close. I really can't notice much of a difference. You got the thing here that carries over the silver on here. The only thing that's really different, and my girlfriend pointed this out, and I'm going to try and show you. Those wheels right there are actually the wheels on Ultra Magnus. As you can see, there's 6 holes. There's only 3 here. They didn't punch out the other ones, and I don't really know why they did that. But either way, it's still freaking sweet. She also pointed out that if you look at it from right here, maybe put the seat back a little bit. It looks like a Zamboni from hockey. So I have my girlfriend to thank for that wonderful information. But this is the upgrade kit from Fan Projects, and they have done a tremendous job. Other people have done reviews on this, but I wanted to wait till I got my new camera to do a proper review on this. The lighting, I'm trying to kind of adjust that. It's a little bright, but this is just a beautiful figure. A beautiful, beautiful figure. I'm so impressed with it. If you do not have this, guys, unfortunately it's sold out of Big Bad Toy Store, but I think tfsource.com still has some. And I think, although I'm not 100% sure, but I think, yeah, see, that's a little dark. I'm playing with the lighting, guys. I'm terribly sorry. I shouldn't be doing that. Big Bad Toy Store has the Nemesis Prime Shadow Commander set that they can get, so you can still get this, but it would only work for the Shadow Commander Prime, obviously. It'll make him dark looking. Now, the thing is, with the comic book, I'm not going to go through the comic book. People show that. The comic book are the instructions. There's actually a comic book that shows it. Maybe I should show it, but I'm not going to. Actually shows it meant for Optimus, which is quite interesting. Get rid of him. Meaning that maybe he was supposed to have a power convoy eventually. Maybe they'll have like another repaint. Now, overall, here's the size. Let me do a brief size comparison with G1. So here's G1. There's Classics. As you can see, the size difference, it's going to be hard to kind of see, but they're fairly close. Obviously, you see he's sticking out a little bit further. That around, and he hides them. Now they're even. So it's actually really, really close. Can you see that? Sorry. See, that's the size difference. And one final comparison. Here he is with Classics Prime, which is just a repaint, so you can see it can fit. Prime will fit using this. So now to go ahead and transform him, first you want to do, I'm going to set him off to the side for right now. We're going to transform him in a minute. Okay, we're going to, I adjusted the camera, I actually got a little tiny tripod for it. So what we're going to do to go ahead and transform this guy, first right here on the sections here, you want to lift this up. Go ahead and do that on both sides. Now in doing that, you will release this entire top section. Just like so. Go ahead and set this off to the side for now. Now we have this whole contraption. Go ahead and loosen this up. Right in the center. Just do a little wiggle and that will come apart. Separate these. fold that down and down. That will be that side. Down and down again. That will be that side. Come in here, fold these sections on the side. On both sides do that. And then just wiggle that apart. And wiggle that apart. You'll have his hands. Go ahead and now the hands always confuse me. I think you need to have the edge up. So go ahead and set that there. Rotate again the hand. Set that right there. Now this is going to be his head. Now people have talked about how fragile this feels. If anything's going to break, I think it's going to be this, to be totally honest with you. You lower this down and then flip his head out. Now one problem that I have with this head, it seems to like to fall down. Here's a small little, right in here is a little tab piece that goes into that hole. So you have to close this just right. But for some, if it gets knocked out, it comes out, and it now is underneath. It's supposed to be flush, but you play with the head and you move the head around and try to pose it, and that's what happens. It comes out. So that kind of bugs me. So, and plus these are really kind of thin, flimsy, in my opinion. So we're going to set that right there. Come here to this piece. Take this section off. That just pegs right in there nicely. Fold those pieces out like so. Like so. On the side here, right down here, you have this section that will fold back. Do that on the same side here. Fold that back. Take this, well, once you get that undone, you can slide this entire assembly out. It just comes apart. And then separate the legs. The gun piece, which will become the gun, take this middle section, this slides out, rotate these around. Nothing pegs them together except for this little black piece. They go on these little two tabs. And now you have his big freaking gun, which I'll comment on later. Set that off to the side. For his legs, you want to push this little piece in. That'll go around to the back. Close that. Bring the little thing forward. Bring that forward. Fold that back. Now. And now you have all the pieces that you need to make Ultra Magnus. So we're going to transform him. So now that we got him transformed, you want to leave his head down and kind of leave this back section out like that. It depends sometimes. Now the leg pieces get a little tricky, as a lot of people have said. When you get them in, you got to kind of clear this section here. It's really kind of tough. Come around here and then just kind of push, just like so. It doesn't feel like it, I mean, it feels like you're going to break it every single time, but so far I haven't broken it yet. So that's a very good sign. Just kind of wiggle that in. Again, you want to just push down here and give it a little tug. You got to be forceful with it, unfortunately. But if it breaks, you are screwed. Now it's all the way in. Go ahead and flip the knee all the way up, and this little piece here will clip to the knee itself. And there you have the legs so far. Here is the crotch piece. It goes right there, and give it a good push, and it will peg on there really well. It won't come loose. So very nice there. These arms are kind of annoying. They slide in until you hear a pop, just like that. Now one thing I will say is that the inside here scrapes along this. Luckily this is white. If you look, I've been using Prime for it. Now, that's what it's done to the paint on Prime. As I said, luckily, his are white, so you don't have to worry about that. Luckily. So just slide that guy to get that in there nicely. There we go. The chest piece just slides right on here. You will notice that, let me show you that again. This section here lines up nicely. I'm trying to show you that, and I don't know if it's working. It all pegs in there nicely. That's white from him, and it's not going to work. As you can see, this is molded so it will fit nicely over the pieces that are Ultra Magnus initially. So there you have that. And then close these flaps, put that down. So far so good, that's nice on there. Shoulder pieces. Till you hear them clip. And there you have Classics Ultra Magnus. Beautiful figure. Holy cow. I can't tell you how beautiful this is. His weapons do hold in this mode. His original classic weapons. So go ahead, fold those fellas out. Gun. And gun. And these are much better weapons. Although it's kind of loose. Now, articulation is somewhat limited by the wheels in the back here. So the best you can do is like maybe like this, that high up. Head, which is a gorgeous head sculpt. That's absolutely gorgeous. Bit of a ball joint, so you can get them looking up and looking down. And again, the chest piece screws things up. So overall, really nice looking so far. His legs, he doesn't have much waist articulation, but you can get some movement from the earlier robot, the actual old Ultra Magnus. Legs back and forth, in and out, bend at the knee, rotate at the knee. They have all the same articulation in terms of the legs. You do have some pivot on here, which allows him for some like wide stance stuff. Really quite cool. His weapons will store in this mode. If you rotate them around to the back, you see a big giant square piece, square peg thing. Oops, that's supposed to be. That fits this guy. I usually leave them pointing down so that they're not exposed like that. And now this piece here, people have complained about this not actually allowing for him to have this weapon pegged in. But if you pay close attention, let me zoom in there. You have this little flap and then a flap underneath it. If you make sure that you take the peg from this guy and push all the way through, it will stay on. So you can have him store his weapons in that mode as well. And then you can have him hold this thing, which I don't even bother playing with it. It's got a big giant handle here in the middle, but his arm, it's too big for his arm. I mean, you can almost do that, but that's not the proper way. And that kind of stands up there pretty good. Well, not really. To my knowledge, it's actually supposed to be like this, reversed around, so that he's got a shoulder-mounted cannon, and then it folds down to this. Shoulder-mounted cannon, which works, but not the other one. Usually, I just leave it like this, like it's a rocket launcher or something. Now, next to next to Classics Prime, this is what you have. Noticeably much bigger. Very nice. He's over there looking at them. Very nice in terms of the sizing. And here you have him next to G1 Ultra Magnus. G1 Ultra Magnus is noticeably taller, obviously. But one thing that I like, I got this guy because he comes with his G1 missiles. Now, if you plug them in here, and I put them upside down, because as you can see, there's holes on the side. You can plug these right in there, and it just really, really completes the look of that character. I really, really, really like that. I think that's the coolest aspect of him. But as you can see, he is stacked up pretty nicely compared to Ultra Magnus. And Ultra Magnus is a big figure. So, I mean, here's Prime. Little wee Prime. So guys, that's him. Now to go ahead and transform him, first I'm going to take these off. And it's a matter of just going in reverse order. Go ahead and remove the weapons from the back. You kind of pull at the side, pull away from the body, pull straight down, pull straight down, lift the flaps on both sides, pull down at this and pull forward. Lift this, and you can, you know, obviously when that's on you can do a matrix, but I think that looks gay, in my opinion. Not yours. I'm going to set all this stuff to the side, pull the groin piece off, flip those back in. Now the leg pieces, go ahead and lift that forward, and right in here where the actual Ultra Magnus is, push your thumb in through there to kind of loosen it. It's kind of, it is very tough. And you do feel like you're going to break it all the time. But push it right in there. It's fairly sturdy though, and I haven't had a problem yet. Doesn't mean that, oh, it's because that's attached. Go ahead and remove those. Set him off to the side. Alright, now we got all these pieces we got to put back together. Fold this, fold that back in, extend that out, fold this, extend that in, fold that out. And bring these together. They peg together nicely. The little groin piece goes right up here on these little slots. Just like so. And the back section is pretty much done. You want to take the gun, again, remove this, rotate that around, and these will peg together nicely. Put this right back in the underside to allow for the cab to connect to the trailer part. And it will slide in together like so. Just like so. It will peg together right along here, so make sure both sides of those are pegged in. Fold this out, and that will also clip in here, locking that into place. And the back section is done pretty much. Now this part's a little annoying. I do it piece by piece. So grab hold of the chest piece and one of the arm sides, and you want to slide it. It's going to slide in like so. This is a part former, as everybody has said. So you just got to make sure you get that nice and lined up like so. Then fold the side panel out, and that will rest in here nicely. Rotate the hand up again. Now you're going to bring this in, and that's going to peg together up there, and it's also going to peg together on the bottom part. So just push those two together, and you'll get it pegged here and down in through here. Again, rotate the hand up. Bring the shoulder pieces, peg those together nicely. It will go on right in here, and they peg together up in this section. What the? Is he? Oh, I know what I forgot. Let's take this, pull this out, and that'll fit in there. So then you bring these together, peg there, nice and neat. Rotate that out and all the way up, out and all the way up. Bring here, oops, wrong way. Just like so, slide it in there. Lock that down. Push that down like so. Like so. Push that all the way back. And you have the Zamboni done. And there you guys have them. Classics Upgrade Kit City Commander Set Ultra Magnus. Now, one thing that I just thought about, these can kind of store, giving like a flame look. I don't know if that's meant to be that way. I mean, it would look obviously better if it was like on the side here. But very nice, guys. I highly recommend this if you haven't picked him up. He's a gorgeous figure. You'll love him. He makes Ultra Magnus. Classics Ultra Magnus. He makes them. So until next time, guys. This has gone on far too long. I'll talk to you later. Optibotimus. Take care.